We need to talk about editing. I feel like editing is the part where people get so hung up. It's the most time-consuming thing. It's the thing we get so in our heads about. For a lot of people, it's the thing that they don't have a lot of like technical experience in. But when it comes to being consistent on YouTube or really any platform, you've got to like be pretty decent at editing. So I've got some tips today to help you edit your YouTube videos faster. And remember, I've been editing YouTube videos for like a decade. So hopefully these tips will blow your mind and be helpful. Let's go. This video is sponsored by Licked. You are going to love this. Hi, howdy, hey, what is up? My name's Jessica. I'm pumped that you are here. So anytime I do editing videos on this channel, they flop. They do not do well, but I'm risking that because I think these will really help you. So if you are someone who creates content at all in the video realm, anywhere ever in the history of the internet, hopefully these tips will help because they help me. And you know, I do the same thing. So I have 4 major tips here. There's a couple of tips that are like worked into each other, so just hang tight with me there, but 4 major tips. And the first one is the one that I need you to hear most. Okay, it is the one that I need you to be like, oh my gosh, yes, Jessica, I should have been doing this whole time. Thank you for that tip. All the rest of your tips were amazing, but this one is what got me, okay? Are we ready to hear it? You need to film for the edit. I know. Here's the thing. A lot of people just film a video and they don't think about what that's going to do when they edit it. Like they don't think about how is me just like stumbling over my words gonna work in the edit? How is me, you know, like talking and like looking down at the same time gonna work in the edit? How is me, you know, making a mistake and, you know, and like rectifying that mistake later on in a sentence? How is that gonna work in the edit? If you will film for the edit, your editing job will be so much easier. And the main way that you can do that is to, when you make mistakes, take a pause. So when you make mistakes, pause. Let there be dead airspace for longer than a normal pause in your audio recording. So what that's gonna look like is normally when I'm talking and everything's good, you know, like whatever, my audio is kind of spiking and you can see a consistent spike throughout the audio. But when I make a mistake, I'm gonna do something like this, where now you can see an actual space in the audio. You can see that nothing was being said in that moment. So like, let's say I'm in the middle of a sentence and my nose starts itching, or like I cough, or I sneeze, or I just flip up a word. I'm going to stop and let there be a moment of silence before I move on. And what that does is it allows me, or even like AI tools that can cut out blank spaces and things like that, but it allows me to see these blank spaces once I go into the edit and easily cut them out. The other part of that is understanding that you do have to have a clean edit when you cut out that part. So if I was in the middle of a sentence and I could scratch my nose, you know, and I decided to stop and pause and start over, I need to start over from a point that makes sense, that is before the time I've scratched my nose. Otherwise, I'm not gonna have a cohesive part to put together once that middle part is gone. So you have to think about the edit when you're filming. Think about, how am I going to edit this? How is this going to work? How is this all gonna fit together when you're filming? Now, when it comes to the edit with this tip, you go through and first pass of the edit, cut out all the blank spots. You can work from forward to backward, you can work backward to forward, I don't care. But cut out all the blank spots. So this is the first step in all of my videos. I will take the little card out of my camera, put it into my computer, and then I go into Final Cut Pro and I cut out every blank spot. I don't listen to the video, I don't watch it. I literally just take it across the timeline, blank spot, gone, blank spot, gone, blank spot, gone. Because it's helping me do that. There are AI tools to help you be able to do this too. So I will link a few of those below. They've sponsored a few videos before. They are great tools that'll help you get rid of these blank spots, right? So that is what I do first, is I film for the edit, and then in the edit, I literally use the first pass to just cut out those parts that I know are not things I want to keep. Now, second tip here is to utilize your 2x speed in your editor. This was always a feature that I wanted when I used Premiere Pro, and I never got it. They may have it now, but when I would try to use it or do something to like make it look like I was using it in Premiere Pro when I used Premiere Pro, it never worked right. But Final Cut Pro has this feature where in the playback of the timeline that I'm editing on, I can hit L after I've hit play, and it will speed it up. It doesn't speed up the clip or anything like that. It literally just speeds up the playback of that clip. And so utilizing that 2x speed, I can do other edits at 2 times the speed that I could do them if I was only watching it back at regular speed. So in that first pass through, I literally don't listen or watch the video. I just clip out all the blank spots, right? Second pass through, I go at 2x speed and I cut out any of the verbal mistakes. Because again, if a blank spot is an indicator that I just scratched my nose or I just had an edit, there's going to be a little bit of a flub up before it and a starting point after it. So I've got to go through those and like fit them together correctly, right? So at 2x speed, I put on my headphones and I just, okay, I heard a mistake, stop, fix it, stop, fix it, stop, fix it, stop, fix it. So it takes me way less time to do that than if I were like watching the whole video at 1x speed and trying to catch those mistakes. Utilize your 2x speed throughout the entire edit if you can. So once I have made the second pass through 2x speed, cut out the verbal mistakes that weren't in the blank spots, then I use 2x speed to add everything to my edit, to add the color grading, to add the graphics, to add the text, to add the music. I use 2x speed to get it all in there really quickly so I'm not taking all day trying to get all these things in. And listen, adding graphics and text and music to your edit is drastically going to improve your video. Like, I know this video is about editing faster, but let me tell you about this cool tool that I found. They're actually the sponsor of this video while we're talking about adding the music and everything because, oh my gosh, y'all, you're gonna love this so much. So there's this tool called Licked, okay? And it is like a music licensing website, right? So like you're gonna use music on YouTube or whatever, you can use something like Licked to go and find the music that's perfect for you. But the best part of Licked is that you can use mainstream music. And sometimes we need that mainstream piece of music to just really put the finishing touches on our edit. So for instance, I'm obsessed with Sabrina Carpenter. She's amazing. And we love a girl who can say MFR and it sounds sweet. You know what I mean? If I wanted to use Please, 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 which is one of my favorite songs in a video, I can do that with Licked. How insane is that? Or, you know, somebody like Kendrick Lamar, who's been all over the news lately for his Super Bowl performance and his Grammys. You can go in and find tracks from Kendrick Lamar and use them in your YouTube videos. And they're licensed to you and to your video so that you're not gonna get copyright strikes. You can still monetize your content with these songs in there. I wanna show you the difference an actual like mainstream song can make to a video, to a clip of a video, to make it hit more in the emotion, in the feels, and in, you know, the heart of the people watching the video. Because listen, there's actual data-driven benefits to using recognizable music in videos. It increases video views, increases watch time, and increases engagement. So recognizable music could help your channel grow. So watch these 2 clips and tell me that the more mainstream music on the second one doesn't make it better. Right? Like, oh my gosh. And by the way, you can also get unlimited stock music on Licked. It's not just the music from famous people, but you can get the best of both worlds there. So to try out Licked for yourself, head over to Licked and find the song you want. Add it to your cart, and check out like normal. Then download your track, edit it into your video, then go into YouTube and schedule your video as unlisted. This will allow Licked to clear any copyright claims before it goes public. Once the copyright claims are cleared, toggle it to public and publish just like any other video. Head over to heyjessica.com/licked. That's LICKD. There's no E in this version of Licked, okay? So heyjessica.com/licked and try this out today. Okay, so now that we've understood to cut out the blank spaces, to film for the edit, and to use 2x speed to kind of like speed all of this along, what are some other things we can do to make editing faster? Well, I've got a couple more. Using keyboard and/or mouse shortcuts is going to help you tremendously. Like, for real, tremendously going to help. I know that when I hit L in Final Cut Pro, it's gonna speed up my playback. I know that when I hit Control B, it's gonna cut the clip. I know when I hit Control X, it's going to cut all the clips. Like, we have all of these little like keyboard shortcuts available to us in most editing platforms. So learn them and use them. So I have this Logitech mouse and I'll link it below, but you can program all of the buttons. So these little side buttons here on this mouse can be programmed in whatever program I'm using. There's also a button down here. There's a button up here. I can program the scroll. So you can use something like a different mouse to help you have these shortcuts too. So I know on my mouse, those little buttons on the side, I click those to cut it. So instead of Command B, it's even quicker to just cut with my thumb. So use keyboard and mouse shortcuts. If you don't know them, go look them up for whatever program you're using and learn them. Okay, last but not least, create templates and/or folders full of assets that you use on the regular. So what I mean by this is there's going to be things that you always want to do in every video. For instance, I have this little pop-up that pops across my screen with my Instagram handle in every single video. So I created a template for that so that I can just pull that over into every single video. I don't have to recreate the wheel every time. But also, there's a lot of sound effects and music and things that I use in every single video. So they're all in a folder that I can easily drag over into my project at any given time to be able to use them. So when I'm editing a project, instead of having to go out and hunt for sound effects or music or pictures or graphics or whatever, I usually have them all in a folder that I can use, and I just have to create video specific ones if I need them. If you will combine all four of these things, you will film for the edit, you will understand that if you make a mistake, you're gonna take a gap, that you're gonna restart while you're filming in the right way so that the edit can come together good. If you can watch and edit in 2x speed and do everything you need to do in 2x speed, use keyboard and mouse shortcuts, and then have templates and things built out and already ready to go, you are going to save yourself so much freaking time. If you have any editing shortcuts, let me know in the comments below, because I know this is not all of them. These are just the ones that I use the most and that I think are the most impactful. Because let me tell you, when I started making the first pass be to cut out those blank spots, the second pass to go in 2x speed and like fit together the pieces I just cut out, and then the third pass to go in 2x speed and add graphics and music from Licked and text and all the things, my editing process got so much faster, like insanely faster. Because I was already using the keyboard shortcuts and the templates, those first two things just help tremendously. All right, so to try Licked and to get yourself a little mainstream famous artist made song to use on your next YouTube video, go to heyjessica.com/licked with no E, LICKD. And until next time, bye y'all.